Muhammad Ali stands frozen in the center of the ring. His opponent's guard is down. His chest is heaving. His legs are trembling. The crowd is on its feet, screaming, roaring, demanding the finish. This is what they came for. This is what Ali does. This is the moment legends are made of. But Ali doesn't move. His fist is cocked. His target is wide open. And the greatest fighter in the world just stands there. The referee glances between them, confused. The commentators are silent. And somewhere in that deafening arena, Muhammad Ali makes a choice that no one will understand. Not the crowd, not the press, not even his own corner. Because what Ali saw in that moment wasn't a fighter. It was a man about to break. And what happens next will redefine what it means to be the greatest of all time. This is 1977. Ali is 35 years old. His body is slower. His reflexes aren't what they were. The whispers have already started. Maybe he's done. Maybe the legend is fading. He's coming off a brutal loss. The critics are sharpening their knives. The world is watching to see if the man who once floated like a butterfly can still sting like a bee. This fight isn't optional. It's survival. A win here means Ali stays relevant, stays feared, stays Ali. A loss? It's the beginning of the end. His opponent tonight is a younger fighter. Talented, hungry, but relatively unknown. On paper, this should be a showcase. A reminder to the world that Muhammad Ali is still the champ. But there's something Ali doesn't know yet. Something his opponent is carrying into that ring that has nothing to do with boxing. Something that will force Ali to choose between winning a fight and saving a life. What the crowd doesn't know, what the cameras don't show, is that Ali's opponent is fighting two battles tonight. One is in the ring. The other is back home. His mother is dying. Not slowly, not peacefully. She's in the final stages of cancer, and the doctors have given her weeks, maybe days. He should be there. He knows that. But this fight is the payday that could cover her medical bills. The funeral costs. The debt that's been crushing his family for months. So he laced up his gloves. He stepped into the ring. And he told himself he could hold it together. Just 12 rounds. Just one night. But grief doesn't wait for the final bell. And Ali, who has spent his entire life reading people, studying faces, sensing fear and pain and doubt, is about to notice what no one else can see. Round 3. Ali circles, light on his feet, watching. Always watching. He throws a jab. It lands clean. His opponent doesn't react the way he should. Ali narrows his eyes. He throws another. Then another. The punches connect. The crowd cheers. But Ali isn't celebrating. Because something is off. His opponent's breathing is ragged, not from exhaustion, but from something deeper. His eyes aren't focused on Ali's fists. They're somewhere else, somewhere far away. And when Ali feints left, his opponent flinches. Not like a fighter dodging a punch, but like a man bracing for bad news. Ali's seen that look before. He's seen it in the mirror. It's the look of a man who's already lost something that matters more than any fight. And in that moment, Muhammad Ali stops being a boxer. He becomes a detective. Round 4. Round 5. Ali is in complete control. He lands combinations. He dances. He showboats just enough to remind everyone why they paid to be here. The crowd loves it. The commentators are praising his technique. His corner is nodding with approval. But if you look closely, if you watch Ali's face instead of his fists, you'll see something no one else notices. He's not smiling. He's not trash-talking. He's studying. Every time his opponent drops his guard, Ali sees it. Every time his opponent's jaw is exposed, Ali could end it. But he doesn't. Instead, he pulls back. He circles. He keeps the fight going. And the longer it goes, the more Ali's expression changes. From confidence to concern. From dominance to something that almost looks like guilt. Because Ali has figured it out. He doesn't know the details yet. He doesn't know about the mother, the hospital, the bills. But he knows pain when he sees it. And he's starting to realize that the man across from him isn't here to win. He's here because he has no other choice. Round 7. Ali's opponent stumbles. His knees buckle. The crowd senses blood. This is the moment. This is where Ali finishes him. But instead, Ali steps back. He lowers his gloves. He motions for his opponent to reset. The referee looks confused. The commentators call it arrogance. Ali's playing with him now. But that's not what this is. Ali isn't toying with his opponent. He's protecting him. Every time the man drops his guard, Ali doesn't attack. He circles. He buys time. The crowd starts booing. They didn't pay to watch Ali hold back. They paid to watch him destroy. But Ali doesn't care. Because somewhere in those 7 rounds, Muhammad Ali stopped trying to win a fight. He started trying to save a man. Round 9. Ali's opponent throws a wild punch. It misses by a mile. He stumbles forward, completely off balance. Ali could counter. One clean shot. It's over. But instead, Ali freezes. Right there. In the middle of the ring. His fist is cocked. His opponent is defenseless. And Ali just stops. The arena goes silent. The referee steps forward, ready to intervene, but Ali waves him off. The crowd erupts in confusion, anger. Some people are yelling. Some are laughing. Nobody understands. And Ali, this man who has spent his entire career commanding attention, demanding respect, just stands there, waiting. Ali steps closer, not to throw a punch, to speak. His opponent is breathing hard, sweat pouring down his face, eyes unfocused. And Ali leans in, so quietly that no one else can hear. "I know," Ali says. His opponent blinks, confused. "I know what you're carrying," Ali continues. "And you don't have to do this." His opponent's face cracks. Not from a punch. From recognition. Because in that moment, someone finally sees him. Not as a fighter. Not as a payday. Not as a headline. As a man. And the weight he's been carrying, the grief, the fear, the unbearable pressure of trying to be strong when everything inside him is breaking, finally becomes too much. His hands drop to his sides. Ali leans in one more time. "Go be with your mother," he says. "I'll take care of the rest." There's a photograph from that night. You've probably seen it even if you didn't know the story. It's grainy, black and white, taken from ringside. It shows Muhammad Ali, bruised, sweating, exhausted, embracing another fighter. Not in victory, not in defeat, in compassion. The crowd is blurred in the background, mouths open, arms raised in anger. But in the center of the frame, there's only stillness. 2 men, 1 moment, and a kind of strength that has nothing to do with fists. That photograph would follow Ali for the rest of his life. Not because it shows him winning, but because it shows him choosing something greater than victory. The press tore Ali apart. They called him washed up, said he'd lost his edge. Some even suggested the fight was a publicity stunt. His shoulders shake. And Muhammad Ali, the greatest fighter in the world, does something no one expects. He doesn't finish the fight. He holds him. Ali's voice is steady, firm, but not harsh. "Strength isn't about standing when you can," he says. "It's about knowing when to fall." His opponent is shaking his head, tears streaming. "You think this makes you weak?" Ali asks, "Walking away from a fight?" "Brother, you walked into this ring carrying something heavier than anything I could ever throw at you." The crowd is still yelling. The commentators are calling it a circus. But none of them understand. "This fight doesn't define you," Ali says. "The people you love, that's what defines you. And they need you whole. Not broken. Not for me. Not for anyone. It's not a speech. It's a rescue." Because Ali knows something the crowd doesn't. He knows what it's like to be expected to be invincible. To perform when you're shattered inside. To bleed in public while everyone calls it entertainment. And he refuses to let another man suffer that way. Not tonight. Ali's opponent takes a step back. Then another. The referee moves in, asking if he can continue. And in front of thousands of people, in front of cameras and critics and a world that demands toughness above all else, this man does the bravest thing he's ever done. He shakes his head. "I can't," he whispers. "The fight is over. Not by knockout. Not by decision. By mercy." The crowd erupts in fury. They're booing, throwing trash, screaming that the fight was fixed. But Ali doesn't flinch. He wraps his arm around his opponent's shoulders and walks him to the corner. And as the chaos swirls around them, but Ali didn't defend himself. Instead, he made a phone call, then another. He reached out to people he knew, people with money, with connections, with power. And within 48 hours, Ali had arranged for his opponent's mother to be transferred to a better hospital. He covered the bills, the treatments, the care she needed. He didn't announce it, didn't hold a press conference, didn't take credit. He just did it. Because for Ali, the fight that night wasn't about pride. It was about purpose. And sometimes the greatest victories happen when no one's watching. Ali's opponent never fought professionally again. But he didn't need to. His mother lived another year. Long enough to see him graduate from college. Long enough to meet her grandchildren. And when she finally passed, she did so knowing her son had made a choice that honored her. Not by fighting through the pain, but by choosing love over glory. That fighter went on to become a coach. He trained young boxers, yes. But more than that, he taught them what Ali taught him. That true strength isn't about how hard you can hit. It's about knowing when not to. And in the decades that followed, dozens of fighters who might have destroyed themselves chasing victory, learned to walk away when it mattered. Because of one night, one pause, one choice. So let's go back to that moment. Muhammad Ali standing in the center of the ring. His opponent exposed. The crowd screaming for the knockout. And Ali doesn't move. Now you know why. It wasn't hesitation. It wasn't weakness. It wasn't even mercy. It was recognition. Ali saw a man at the edge of breaking. And instead of pushing him over, he pulled him back. Because Ali understood something the rest of us are still learning. Greatness isn't about how many people you can beat. It's about how many people you can lift. The world remembers Ali for his speed, his power, his ability to float and sting and dominate. But the people who knew him, really knew him, remember something else. They remember the man who, in the middle of a fight, chose to stop fighting. Not because he couldn't win, but because winning wasn't the point. And maybe that's the real lesson here. That the greatest victories aren't always the ones the crowd cheers for. Sometimes, they're the ones only you and one other person will ever understand. Muhammad Ali could have knocked that man out. He could have added another win to his record. But instead, he gave him something no punch ever could. Dignity, hope, a reason to keep going. And in doing so, Ali proved something the world needed to hear. That strength without compassion is just violence. But strength with compassion, that's greatness. That's legend. That's Ali. If the story moved you, share it. Because in a world that glorifies the knockout, we need more reminders that sometimes the strongest thing you can do is choose not to throw the punch.